Okay. It's usually on my ex-wife. Let's go there. Thoughts turning into things. If you have a thing, am I a thought to it? Till I become a reality to the thing that's already in existence? Well, the thing is a thought to me till it becomes a thing. Does it go back and forth?
Yes, you're going to like this. Really good question. So, first, every thought you think then becomes a thinker. Because instead of using the word think, let's use the word vibration. So, if it's vibrating and you consider it, then you affect that vibration. In fact, you give birth to another vibration that is vibrating and the law of attraction is responding to. So everything that you consider does have a relationship with you. Yeah. Hang in, it's going to be okay.
So now that I'm divorced, is it almost like she's died to me and she's now transitioned to another stage where...
Yes. For this reason, because you have all the power. There's no point in talking about anybody else's power, even though if we were talking to them, we'd be talking about their power. So you have all of your own power. So when you were in a contentious relationship, your thought about her created a reality for you that now you are not in that contentious relationship. Your thought about her creates something else for you. What you're wanting to say to us and what we're wanting to say back to you is that it isn't how they are, it's how you perceive that they are. It's your perception of them that matters to you, not the reality that they are living. It's your perception of their reality that affects you. Deep stuff.
So sometimes I don't know whether I'll reach a point where I'll become visible to the person, or it'll never be like that ever again, and I just got to live with it. And
well, you've got to accept you're not the same person. You're a changing person. So what happens to you, this is the reason that your inner being never looks back. Because when you were back there, living together, good times...
There's some good stuff back there.
We know.
It's kind of better than what I see here. But in my,
When you are back there, living that stuff, wanted and unwanted,
right.
And all those thoughts about it are equaling each of your point of attractions. And now, because of that and other things, both of you are, in your current experience, offering different vibrations. And so the relationship between you today, when from your now vibration, you try to go back and remember that, you're not doing it accurately. You're going back and focusing on it from your now vibration. And so everything about your now vibration is improved. Don't you think your now vibration is in a better place than it was then? Do you think that your point of attraction is better now than before?
I do agree that I'm learning. And
the only question is your sense of ease greater now or then?
My sense of ease is a little greater now. Sometimes I felt like I was young and I was just making bonehead mistakes,
Is your sense of clarity greater now or then?
My desire is clear. It's the family picture that bugs me the most because it's broken. But my desire is clear, but it's like it's non-existent on her part, like period.
Stay with us just for a little bit, because when you say the family picture is broken, feel how that feels, because your inner being would never agree with that. And now let's talk about what family picture we're talking about. Are you talking about the family picture of your desire that's in your vibrational reality?
It's all of us sitting on a couch watching TV as a family.
But you're talking about the family picture of manifestation of past.
That has a past, yeah.
We're talking about the current family picture. And you're not letting yourself move toward this improved life experience because you're wanting the reality of the see it, hear it, smell it, taste, and touch it to outweigh this vibrational reality. It's the same reason that Esther's trying to bring Jerry back to life to sit on the couch and watch TV with her.
That, but she's alive and she ignores me. Imagine if he was there and he said, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about," Like it's like dead to me while alive. Like she doesn't acknowledge me. The love is gone, I guess, from her end. Right, that's what I'm trying to evolve.
But what you want to do is When we say to you that your inner being doesn't look back, we mean that. We want you to try to grasp that thought.
Do it.
So when you understand that your inner being isn't looking back and you are, that's right there an explanation about why there would be some discord in it. And you've heard so much from us over the years about looking for love in all the wrong places and not looking for it in her attention upon you, but look for it from your inner being's attention. So everything that we've been saying today is about you finding some way of realigning with your inner being. So we have some questions for you. Do you believe that, and we're going to start silly, do you believe that your inner being exists?
Sometimes I just have a shit fit with all your interpretations, but yes. I mean, just which ones are, it just gets so, your source energy is interpreted, but are you the correct guide for my inner being view from non-physical? Could be disagreeing with you as we're speaking here. Like it feels like you're the only source of non-physical, the only authority. And it's like, well, where are the other speakers that are authorities, and which is my own authentic authority, and is it disagreeing with you? It doesn't feel good, I'll agree with it. I love your happiness, but sometimes I get pissed. It's like, who are you? Like, who made you God? Just straight up. I can't, I don't know why it always gets me going. I've always been a good boy for a long time, but sometimes you want to end it? I can just go sit down. Truly. Like if I can sit and you can hear you talk to other people and I'm like disagreeing a little bit in my head, and I don't know if it's my own inner being disagreeing with you, there's something about it. I know I love you. You set me up. I can feel it. Yes, I'll answer your question.
Well, we don't have any more questions for you. It's a difficult thing to be standing in a situation that you know you don't want and listen to us say to you that what isn't the place that you are best suited to put your attention. And right there, as you're a physically focused person who is logical in your thinking, who can see and hear and so forth, it feels weird for someone to say, but this isn't the reality that we want you to focus upon, because if you focus upon that reality, it can't change. So then we try to call your attention toward a reality that we see. Well, we don't blame you. Just because we can see it doesn't mean that it's real. And if you're not seeing it, then it's not real to you. And it doesn't matter how many hours we spend telling you that what we see is real. If you can't see it, it doesn't feel real. And we get that. So we look for ways of helping you to find pieces of what we know is real, so that you can know a little bit too that it's real. So that through your own resources, we said this earlier today, and we really mean it for you, for everyone, but we really mean it for you. If you can't find a way to make an absolute correlation between what you're thinking and what's happening to you, then there is no guidance that will ever work for you. You can't take somebody else's word for anything. We have never spent any time trying to get anyone to do or not do anything. All we want to do is introduce you to the laws of the universe as we know them to be. And hopefully you'll put yourself in a place where there'll be some cognitive association between what this feeling yields to me consistently over time and what this feeling yields to me consistently over time. We know so well that if we could or you could snap your fingers and suddenly change the way your wife or anyone that you care about is looking towards you, that you would feel better. But what we know even more than that is that how you feel must not depend upon what that one woman does or doesn't do, because you turn all your power over to her. And when you've turned all your power over to someone, then you say to us, who do you think you are? And we say, we think we have power. We think that we have the power of the universe flowing through our understanding. We think that you have that same power too. But when someone else is behaving in a way that you can't control, and it is consistently over long periods of time sort of eating you up, then we think it's time for a new plan. Now, we'll acknowledge that it isn't comfortable to stand where you don't want to be and to listen to someone who appears to be happy anyway. But this is the message that we're giving you about your inner being. When you suffer, your inner being isn't. But there's another way of saying that. Your suffering is the indication of the difference of how your inner being feels. So it doesn't matter what your object of attention is. It doesn't matter who you're blaming. You're still holding yourself apart from who you really are and from what you deserve.
I can see it's kind of like a focus strength or a mental strength to not let the circumstance dictate the feeling.
Nobody has that much strength. That's why we say you got to get out ahead of it.
Right, the momentum.
Most everybody who's responding to things, you just can't use enough willpower to cause any lasting change. You have to get out ahead of it.
I got to be bigger than it. Basically, I got to be bigger than it. I got to just say.
You do this often. Sometimes not so well, and sometimes better at other times.
A lot of times not so well, but yeah.
You have to find a way of giving yourself ease, even when that situation sucks. And it's hard with something that you care about. It's hard with family. It's hard with things that are tied to you a lot. It's like having someone in your life that's just driving you crazy. And you keep trying to modify whatever you're doing so that that behavior doesn't make you so crazy. And after a while, you just have to accept that that's not something that you are going to be able to fix. Sometimes harmony, which is provided by law of attraction, is you going one way and somebody else going another. And that's why when you go one way and somebody else goes another, your inner being doesn't look back to when you were together. Because if your inner being was looking back when you were together, then your inner being would not be following the pattern or the vibration of what you have set forth into your vortex. It doesn't hurt our feelings when you're having a hard time with what we teach. It doesn't make us not believe that often you do get this. And it doesn't make us worry about what's coming next, because we know hard, strong questions bring very strong clarity once you relax a little bit. The conversation that we're having here is just one really singular conversation. Conversation that we're having here is, does my inner being exist? And if my inner being exists, what's my inner being's perspective about this? But if you are in such a quagmire that you can't acknowledge the existence of your inner being, then you're like almost everybody. You have no guidance of your own. And when you have no guidance of your own, then you kind of are dependent upon the opinion of others. That's why you care so much what your ex-wife is saying or feeling about you. This is what we wish to free you from. We wish to free you from the absence of guidance, but more than freeing you from the absence of your own guidance, we want to free you from the confusion over what everybody else is saying, which makes what you said to us just now one of the most brilliant things that we've ever heard from you or anyone, and it's really what we're shooting for. We want you to say, Abraham, I don't care what you think about what I'm doing or what I'm not doing. Abraham, I know what I want to do. I know with clarity what I want to do. We want that for you. We don't want you to do what you think we want you to do. We want you to find your guidance. Do you think your inner being exists? Nope. Well, then you can't find guidance. But we still want you to find your guidance. So we continue to present ourselves with as much inner being likeliness. We're just trying to do a sales job on you.
But you're the best, without a doubt.
We're talking about the laws of the universe. We give example after example, year after year after year after year of these laws of the universe that are so consistent, you see. But when you get crossways of them, then you prove to yourself that they exist. When you get crossways of the laws, you prove to yourself that the laws exist.
I didn't understand that, but I don't want to hold you up. Like, but I don't know. Followed you deeply. It's almost like, I don't know if it went to cult level. It's like kind of going down the well and then letting go of the rope.
It's time for the Kool-Aid.